The intelligent world has arrived. Huawei Enterprise Business Group adheres to the platform plus ecosystem strategy and is working with partners to provide ubiquitous connectivity and intelligence for government and enterprise customers. The digital platform aims to support customers' digital transformation and to bring digital to every organization. Reputable companies around the world are choosing Huawei as their partner in digital transformation. Enterprise business is becoming the main engine of Huawei's growth. Huawei focuses on ICT infrastructure to build ubiquitous connectivity. They promote the implementation of intent-driven networks in various enterprise scenarios and the extensive application of wireless private networks. Huawei uses AI to build pervasive intelligence and team up with customers and partners for joint IT innovation. Huawei's integrated communications technology is accelerating enterprise office digitization. In the enterprise IoT market, Huawei enables industrial digital transformation through ubiquitous connectivity, cloud services, and AI. Huawei has been exploring and implementing the most effective practices of digital transformation with leading enterprises and governments around the world, accelerating financial institutions' transformation, innovating in the energy field, advancing transportation digitization, Huawei strives to innovate together with partners throughout a variety of different industries. Open labs have become an ideal place for industry players to explore and develop unique solutions. And regarding ICT services, Huawei has become a first choice for many. In the future, the Enterprise BG will continue to accelerate industrial digital transformation, focus on creating customer value, and build a digital platform to achieve data convergence. The platform will become a key tool to help industry enterprises carry out digital transformation and become the foundation for us to lead the world into a digital future.
In the Intelligent World 2030, digital government adapts to people's livelihoods. A dynamic and multi-dimensional labor force, blending human insight with robotics, AI, and more, becomes a key factor in production. People's focus shifts beyond material wealth, and digital means achieve digital equity and fairness, as well as taking control of the metabolism, the very health of the earth. New connectivity, new computing, new platform, new ecosystem. These build the foundation of the Intelligent World 2030. New connectivity, 5G-based communications technologies enable ubiquitous connectivity and all-domain perception. New computing, from silicon computing to optical computing and quantum computing, from all-flash to DNA storage. An open computing ecosystem enables pervasive intelligence. New platform. The ongoing accumulation of industry experience into a converged digital platform, which can be inherited, ultimately enabling digital innovation in all industries. New ecosystem. The SAPO-based collaborative ecosystem provides more comprehensive customer-oriented commercial solutions. Welcome to the Intelligent World 2030. Intelligent, green, and resolutely people-oriented.
Hello, Oceans to Dorado.
Let's start.
We are live.
Hello world.
There's no mistaking when the sunlight's calling. Ready now for all that's coming. You're standing at the edge of all that lies ahead.
Wow!
Think we got
What did you see?
Mama, a bigger fish.
It's called narval. Honey, Daniel said learning is fun.
Oh, Daddy saw your painting. Daddy's black magic will surprise you. Place this order for my son.
Order confirmed.
feels like everything is going our way. Day is ours and we can take it. Open up your arms, embrace it. Oh.
Wow!
The intelligent world has arrived. Huawei Enterprise Business Group adheres to the platform plus ecosystem strategy and is working with partners to provide ubiquitous connectivity and intelligence for government and enterprise customers. The digital platform aims to support customers' digital transformation and to bring digital to every organization. Reputable companies around the world are choosing Huawei as their partner in digital transformation. Enterprise business is becoming the main engine of Huawei's growth. Huawei focuses on ICT infrastructure to build ubiquitous connectivity. They promote the implementation of intent-driven networks in various enterprise scenarios and the extensive application of wireless private networks. Huawei uses AI to build pervasive intelligence and team up with customers and partners for joint IT innovation. Huawei's integrated communications technology is accelerating enterprise office digitization. In the enterprise IoT market, Huawei enables industrial digital transformation through ubiquitous connectivity, cloud services, and AI. Huawei has been exploring and implementing the most effective practices of digital transformation with leading enterprises and governments around the world. accelerating financial institutions' transformation, innovating in the energy field, advancing transportation digitization, Huawei strives to innovate together with partners throughout a variety of different industries. Open labs have become an ideal place for industry players to explore and develop unique solutions. And regarding ICT services, Huawei has become a first choice for many. In the future, the Enterprise BG will continue to accelerate industrial digital transformation, focus on creating customer value, and build a digital platform to achieve data convergence. The platform will become a key tool to help industry enterprises carry out digital transformation and become the foundation for us to lead the world into a digital future. The intelligent world has arrived. Huawei Enterprise Business Group adheres to the platform plus ecosystem strategy and is working with partners to provide ubiquitous connectivity and intelligence for government and enterprise customers. The digital platform aims to support customers' digital transformation and to bring digital to every organization. Reputable companies around the world are choosing Huawei as their partner in digital transformation. Enterprise business is becoming the main engine of Huawei's growth. Huawei focuses on ICT infrastructure to build ubiquitous connectivity. They promote the implementation of intent-driven networks in various enterprise scenarios and the extensive application of wireless private networks. Huawei uses AI to build pervasive intelligence and team up with customers and partners for joint IT innovation. Huawei's integrated communications technology is accelerating enterprise office digitization. In the enterprise IoT market, Huawei enables industrial digital transformation through ubiquitous connectivity, cloud services, and AI. Huawei has been exploring and implementing the most effective practices of digital transformation with leading enterprises and governments around the world, accelerating financial institutions' transformation, innovating in the energy field, advancing transportation digitization, Huawei strives to innovate together with partners throughout a variety of different industries. Open labs have become an ideal place for industry players to explore and develop unique solutions. And regarding ICT services, Huawei has become a first choice for many. In the future, the Enterprise BG will continue to accelerate industrial digital transformation, focus on creating customer value, and build a digital platform to achieve data convergence. The platform will become a key tool to help industry enterprises carry out digital transformation and become the foundation for us to lead the world into a digital future.
Dear Huawei valued customer and partners, good morning to you all. I'm Chao, President of Huawei Northern Africa region. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to express my solidarity and my deepest sympathy to everyone affected by COVID-19 epidemic. I wish them all patience, strength, and good health. There is no doubt that science and technology are playing more effective role than ever during this period of time and with the global economic impact. Huawei remains committed to preserving your business. Offline events have been transferred to online events. For this, I warmly welcome to you all to our today's events and the first webinar Huawei Northern Africa IT Day. You will hear from various experts who are eager to share their experience with the use of technology in response to the IT infrastructure fast development. Learn what we developed latest technology in IT industry in our products. Let's start our day hand in hand together, not only to overcome this hard time, but also to learn and exchange ideas with experts who are especially come to help you how to benefit from our IT technology. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. Remind you that today is not the end. It's only the beginning of a complete series of Huawei North Africa online and live events, and I hope also you can join us every time. Stay safe.
In the next hour, we'll hear from three experts: Huawei Data Storage Senior Marketing Manager Elia Brovashov, Huawei Data Storage Senior Solution Director Xiating Wen, and Huawei Data Storage Solution Engineer Zhou Hui. All three have more than 10 years of experience working in the IT field, and each has unique insights to share. To start us off, we're going to hear from Elia Brovashov, Senior Marketing Manager for Data Storage. Elia is going to tell us about the latest trends in all-flash storage, which are themselves the trends of the intelligent world.
So today we're going to speak about intelligent data infrastructure and how companies can start their way on redefining their infrastructure is a very simple step, just replacing their traditional mechanical disks with all-flash arrays. So we'll start with a short background. By the way, we are now in the middle of the fourth revolution. To remind you, the first one was backed by steam energy, the second one by electricity, and the third one by automation in the late 20th century. The last one is backed by intelligent technologies. Intelligent technologies, they are ranged from artificial intelligence, big data, and cover some other industries such as biotechnology, robotics, and so on and so on. We did some research, and we believe that this new revolution has three main aspects. First, all things sensing. Second, all things thinking. And third, all things are connected. When we think about that together, we'll have this new revolution, new world. So now we have more sensors, and these sensors, they can have artificial intelligence and different types of analytics, and also they can be connected to share all this information between them. In Huawei, we did some research, and the research name is Global Industry Vision 2025, which is available for you if you go to the website and you can download it, where we outlined 10 major trends that will be in the era of Industrial Revolution number 4. And we're not gonna go into details about these trends. We just say that it is about robots working and living by side, and about augmented vision, augmented creativity with use of different technologies such as virtual reality and AI. Now we're gonna move to the next slide and define what is intelligent data infrastructure. Intelligent data infrastructure is a set of technologies that exist between industry applications and communication part. It is a blend of storage, computing, and AI technologies that help us to process, to store, to analyze information at scale with speed and with high reliability. We'll start with banking industry. Here you can see an architecture of network for a bank. And there are two parts, the left part and the right one. So on the left part we can see the network architecture for branches. So we know what branches are. Sometimes we go there and we can talk to bank specialists and get some service. And if there are many branches, information goes to a central network, and at night when branches are closed, they are still working. The branches are calculating all these bills, and in the morning before the branch is open, we have in banks, they have big reports telling them what happened in the previous day. On the right side, we can see this architecture for different type of services. Those services working 24/7, all day long, at night, without any holidays, and these are services we are very much familiar with. Application for mobile phones, online banking. Anytime we pay something using our credit card online, we use this part of banking infrastructure. And you know what? These type of services, they grow dramatically in the number and the frequency of operations. We're going to look now at the next slide where we discuss some examples from real life. This is a big bank, and we can see real numbers that from 2008 till 2018, the number of transactions increased more than 5 times. And those are exactly those transactions that are happening 24/7 when people are using their mobile phones or using the internet. One thing about these transactions is that while they're growing in frequency and number, they are not generating revenue for banks because those are smaller transaction amounts. So banks are in situation, from one side they have a lot of transactions, much more they had before, and on the other side they need to find the way to find new revenues for the data they have in their assets. So that is why banks and other organizations, they need to find new ways to build their infrastructure, and that's what we call intelligent data infrastructure of the next age. Here we'll show first of 2 scenarios, examples and cases for banks. This is a system, a transaction system for a bank for branches. So if we were in bank now, we would go to a teller machine or to a servant there and talk to them. And after that, they will give us a ticket and we'll wait. And at the backside, bank specialists, they are checking the information in their internal system. And the system should work very fast, because if there's latency in this operation, people need to wait in queues longer. So this bank started with very old system. It had traditional storage system with mechanical desks, and at the time of peak hours in the morning or in the evening, the utilization of CPU of storage system reached 93%. So that means the storage system worked as hard as it could work, but still people need to wait in queues for a long time because it couldn't process all requests. So the bank decided to move from old storage system to a new storage system, which is Huawei Dorado, all-flash array. And in this scenario, they achieved much faster performance. They noticed that the utilization of the CPU in their storage systems decreased from 93% to 15%. Now this bank has more than 700 branches as it added more branches through mergers and acquisitions, and all services are worked in timely manner and on big scale. The second scenario that we show here is for analytics. So as we discussed before, at night banks, they calculate information that was accumulated during the previous day. And this bank had a lot of information, and every day when they worked using the previous system, it required them more than 7 hours to finish all the processes. What does it mean? At night, before they start these processes, preparing these reports, they should back up all this information. It is a requirement for bank. So storing all this information, keeping these backups, and after that starting this calculation took too long time. So it resulted in the morning hours when the bank was open, still people in banks were waiting until the system was busy calculating this report. So only at 9 o'clock system was ready for normal operation. That was unacceptable. That is why the bank managers, they decided to move to Huawei all-flash storages, Dorado series. And they reduced the amount of processing time from 7 hours to 4.5 hours. Now they can finish all these reports before working day starts. Also, they implemented active disaster recovery solution without gateway, significantly simplifying their architecture. Not only banks need such kind of infrastructure. Medical organizations, they have information system that stitches all their processes together. Please stay safe. In these days, remote healthcare solutions are in much more demand. This is another example how much pressure information system for healthcare institution can have. And now we'll go to the next slide and discuss specifically about one case. This is one of the best hospitals in China. This is Peking Union College Hospital, which is a huge one. Every year it serves more than 6 million outpatients. It's about 15,000 people per day. And health information system connects all the processes together, from registration to examination to prescription of drugs and so on and so forth. So during these processes, doctors and nurses, they use the system. And all system was not able to cope with demands in peak hours. So during these times, their system freezed. Every transaction could achieve up to 50 millisecond latency, which resulted in up to 30 seconds need to wait until their window in this program unfreeze from 9 to 11 p.m. when the amount of people is largest. This was bad for people's satisfaction, and the managers decided to move from this kind of old infrastructure to new all-flash arrays. They noticed that after they changed all infrastructure, their storages work so good as the maximum latency they have in their system is only 2 seconds. They have almost no freezes in their system. System works properly, and they even grow in their scale. So this is one example of how simple it is to change storage system, but how crucial it is to change the storage system to achieve better performance of the whole organization. Okay, now we'll move to other examples in other industries. We can speak about customs. If you have ever had experience with customs, you notice that there are many steps one should go through. Declaration submission, taxation, checks, and after till the clearance of this information, of these goods. So during this process, many of this information, many of these documents, they are in digital form. That means this information generated and stored in storage, and it is big amount of data. So as banks, every morning, customs should be ready for next working days receiving new customers. In the evening, the system is busy working, calculating all the bills. This is an example of Shanghai Customs. This is the biggest custom in China, and it amounts about 1/3 of all import-export operations in the country. So during working hours, they generate per day about 200,000 electronic documents, which need process before the early morning when the customs start to work. They noticed that when they used old system, they could not achieve the performance enough fast to finish that before working day starts. So they moved to storage flash system, Huawei Dorado, and achieved performance. They could achieve faster performance and close all their documents before the new day starts. So it significantly improved the performance and the efficiency of their operations. The last industry that we'll speak tomorrow today in detail is about carriers. So as we see 5G receives wide adoption and there is a countrywide rollout and worldwide rollout of base stations, we see that 5G will be implemented in 3 main steps. On the first step, it will be wide broadband. On the second step, it will be low latency network, direct road to some kind of connected vehicles and other devices that require real-time connectivity. And finally, this is massive IoT connections. All these scenarios, they generate huge amount of information. So we expect that when we move from 4G to 5G, the number of records in the system will increase about 10 times. That means if for some point in time, system can store information or there is a blip in the system, we can lose 10 times more information, which is crucial for the system. That is why it is important to have storage that is not only fast, but is safe, secure, and reliable. Okay, so now we made few examples about all-flash arrays, and now we can speak specifically about benefits of SSDs over traditional mechanical disks. First of all, it's faster, it's more reliable, and it is more efficient. The latency of SSD disk is 100 times smaller than that one of mechanical disk. Return rate for SSD disks is only 0.5% compared to 13.4% for rotating disks. And power consumption is 3 times less for SSDs if compared with SSDs. If we combine all these benefits together, that will result up to 50% of total cost of ownership reduction. So yes, SSDs upfront costs can seem a little bit higher, but for smart consumer who can calculate the total cost of ownership, it is obvious that SSD is actually more economical way to run infrastructure. And at the same time, this is just faster storage. Okay, so today we covered several cases from different industries. We covered industries such as financial institutions, we covered healthcare institutions, we covered governmental organizations and authorities, and also we covered some carrier cases. But there are much more than that. There are many, many other industries that can benefit from using new technologies, such as logistic companies, education organizations, and so on, manufacturing organizations, and so on and so forth. And also, we should mention that not only those industries can benefit, also scenarios can be changed. Before, SSDs were considered optimal for those applications that need the highest performance. Now, so the economics of SSDs has changed, and it is available for a much broader scope of applications. So before, we didn't even think to put a video or some less critical information on SSD, and now it's available. So I would encourage everybody to think how SSD technology can benefit the company on their way of transforming itself into the fourth revolution, digital revolution. Thank you very much. That is my part. And now back to our host.
If you have any questions or comments on what you've heard so far, please get in touch with us in the live chat. Huawei experts are ready to answer all of your questions in real time. Now, in this era of massive change, what specific technologies is Huawei innovating in the all-flash arena? Technologies which will help enterprises mine data for value? Let's turn to Xiaoting Wen to answer that question.
Hello, everyone. I'm Charles. I'm the Senior Solution Director of Huawei. Today, I'm very glad to have this chance to discuss with all of you about Huawei Ocean Store all-flash storage systems. And we can see how it can accelerate inclusive all-flash with 3 innovative technologies. Many customers have built their own data center, maybe EDC or CDC, I mean enterprise data center or cloud data centers. Today, how to further improve the performance, how to further improve the efficiency, how to further simplify those management and operation works today, it's becoming an urgent work. So Huawei think transition to more intelligent, transition to more simplified architecture, transition to more all-flash will help you. The smart network on the server side, AI chip on the network side, AI chip or AI algorithm on the storage side, they will help to provide end-to-end performance improvement and to help or to eliminate those data loss, to help to reduce the latency time. The second thing is how to simplify your data center infrastructure. Thanks to the NVMe over Fabric architecture, we can use RDMA protocol with IP network to build your new data center infrastructure. So this will help you to resolve those issues brought by the traditional complex network architecture and the kind of complex protocol such as FC, IB, PCIe, and other protocols. So, to build a simplified infrastructure, you can start from to simplify your network. The third transition is transform from the traditional storage system to all-flash systems. From IDC report, by the end of third quarter last year, the all-flash sales revenue exceeded those hybrid storage system sales revenue. So more and more customers are considering, deploying, implementing those all-flash systems to replace those traditional hybrid storage systems. What's the secret behind the success of Huawei OceanStar all-flash systems? The answers are very simple, quite simple. One is long-term investment on all-flash storage systems. Another answer is continuous innovation for those all-flash storage systems. We launched our first all-flash storage in 2010. That's one of the first all-flash storage products in the market, in global. And in 2017, we launched our first flash native all-flash systems. You know, at that time, most other storage vendors in global are using their optimized all-flash system based on their traditional hybrid storage system. You know, those hybrid storage system was designed for the HDD. So at that time, Huawei V3 all-flash system achieves the best performance that year. We won the Interop Grand Prize for the Best of Show Award in Japan in 2017. After that, since that year, Huawei OceanStar all-flash storage system grows very, very fast. Last year, we debuted our first all-flash native storage system with AI chip built in. We use this AI chip to provide those intelligent cache to improve the performance. We use this AI chip to provide intelligent QoS. We use this AI chip to provide those data deduplication, inline data deduplication. It boasts ever solid, ever fast, and AI-powered features. So first, we will discuss ever solid. How can we achieve it? If you search disaster events in Google, you can find many more disaster events. Maybe you think it's possible for those traditional enterprise data centers will fail. You don't think those cloud data centers, especially those public cloud data centers, will fail. Yeah? But in fact, Amazon and Microsoft Azure, for example, occurred these failures of the data center. It caused business outage triggered by those storage system downtime. So, as the storage vendors, we want to try our best to provide the most high availability for our customer business, at least 6 nines availability today. So how can we achieve that? 5 reliability layers. From the bottom, we have our global value leveling technology. We also use Huawei patented global anti-valve labeling technology to enlarge, to expand the service life of those SSD drivers. In architecture layer, we are the only storage vendor today in the market share can support up to 7 controller fails one by one out of 8 in total. The last active controller can take over all the job for those failure 7 controllers and continue to provide service for your business. Of course, it can provide a very high availability and make sure your business always on. The system reliability layer. For example, we can provide triple disk failure simultaneous. So it's much better than most other storage vendors, because most other storage vendors can tolerate 1 or 2 SSD driver failure simultaneous. And then we use our RAID 2.0 technology to achieve a very short data rebuilding, such as 15 minutes for 1 terabyte data rebuilding. In solution layer, our active solution can help our customer to build their active 2 data center solutions. One storage breakdown or one site fail and break down. Another storage in another physical site can take over all the business jobs. To make sure zero data loss, the last layer is cloud backup. You don't need to buy any backup software today if you're using Huawei solution. We can help you back up your data from your private data center to the cloud data center automatically. And you can recover your data and then back up your data very fast, much fast than before. Smart matrix of Huawei Ocean Store all-flash storage systems should be the most reliable architecture with global interconnection, with load balance among all different controllers in the box. So from right side, you can know we are the only storage vendor can tolerate any 1 controller failure and any 2 controller failure simultaneous. And we can tolerate 7 controller failure one by one. The last one take over the job we just mentioned. So another storage vendor such as vendor E and vendor H, you can guess. Of course, they just can tolerate only 1 controller failure. So from this we can know Huawei Smart Matrix is the most reliable architecture in the globe. We are the only storage resist magnitude 9 earthquake for always on applications today. For those cloud reliability, it's very common today to move your data or to copy your data, to back up your data from the private data center to the public cloud data center. Huawei DR solution, such as active solution, such as data replication asynchronous or synchronous way, and copied data management solutions such as second level snapshot, middle level snapshot, and all level backup solution to help you to achieve zero service downtime and zero data loss. Today, our all-flash system can achieve 20 million IOPS according to the SPC1 benchmark model. And we can also achieve very low latency time. For example, very close to 100 microseconds latency. Because we have those industry-leading hardware and the software, we let them work together, integrate to achieve a new storage benchmark, our OceanStor all-flash storage systems. Today, I want to focus those 5 intelligent chips. The first chip is a network chip. We install one smart network module into the storage controllers. This chip can accelerate the transmission speed much better than the traditional one. The second chip is compute chip. We call it Quantum LAN20 processor. It can provide 25 more performance than the same level Intel CPU. And we can configure 4 physical CPU in one storage controller for our high-end storage systems. So it can achieve up to 192 CPU cores. You know, more CPU cores means more powerful. The third chip is our AI chip. This AI chip installed in one physical adapter and installed into the storage controllers. We can use this AI chip to improve our performance much better than before. For example, 50% bit read hit ratio than the traditional or than the previous generation. The number 4 CPU, the chip is SSD controller chip. We use this SSD controller chip to improve SSD driver performance, to lower the latency, to expand the service life of SSD drivers. The last one is the BMC chip. It has 10 years of hardware component failure location modes. So this chip can help us to improve fault location up to 93% today. So more detail about this AI chip, we call Ascend 310 Ascend. It can provide 8 tera floating point operation per second. So it's a very powerful AI chip. It can support both machine learning and the inference. So today, we use this AI chip in our storage system to achieve a very high cache hit ratio. AI, the artificial intelligence today, not only be used to support our business for our customer, but it can also help us to optimize, help us to simplify our operation and management works in our data center. Several years ago, before 2017, in our data center, if we want to do those operation and maintenance works, almost should be done by the people manually. And these years, from 2018 to 2020, we realized the human and compute interaction to do those intelligent operation and maintenance works. But today and the near future, we want this automatic operation and maintenance works. All these things will be done by the intelligent system, by the AI technology itself. So, Huawei AI solution today for this storage system, we show here. There are two parts. We have our center AI solution to manage different storage, physical storage systems from different storage vendors, to help our customer to do this planning, to do this deployment, to do allocation, to do operation and maintenance or management works, to do this infrastructure optimization automatically. We use cloud AI solution in the public cloud data centers to do machine learning, to do this inference model, push it. We can push this model back to the center AI solution, even push back to the device AI solution to help you to realize those on-premise and off-premise automated data management systems. So you know today, because of the coronavirus epidemic in the global, so stay home, stay safe. So we need anywhere, anytime intelligent operation and management of mobile devices. Fortunately, Huawei can help our customer to achieve this stay home, stay safe target. Seeing is believing. So next, please come together with me to watch this video to show you how AI power storage systems. ever solid, ever fast, and AI powered on. I want to thank all the customers in Global. Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks.
Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with us using the live chat box. Now, we've heard about the trends in all-flash memory and also learned about Huawei's specific innovations in this field. But just how powerful is Huawei's all-flash memory solution? Let's connect directly with the Huawei Research Laboratory in Chengdu to see all-flash memory products being put to the test.
Thanks, Colin. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meg Wang from Huawei Data Storage Solution Department. And thanks for Charles for introducing the key technologies of Huawei OceanStor Dorado. What he didn't mention in his speech is most of the technology in his speech are already tested by ESG, a third-party IT consultant and validation community. In ESG's test report, Huawei OceanStor Dorado supports 81 microsecond latency, 100% load balance, and AI management. Thus, ESG recommends to have a closer look on Huawei OceanStor Dorado if you're investing in a next-generation all-flash array. Well, there is an old saying in China, words are but words, but saying is believing. Let's come to the exciting part. Believe it or test it. In this part, I will connect to the lab to show you some test cases. My colleague Zhou Hui, Data Storage Senior Engineer, will make some demonstration from the lab. He prepared 3 test items regarding performance, reliability, and management. Let's first look at the test environment. Let me hand over to my colleague Zhou Hui.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zhou Hui, Senior Engineer of Huawei Data Storage product line. I'm now in one of our storage lab. This is the test environment I'm gonna show you today. The product for testing is new generation OceanStor Dorado 18,000 system. It's connected to 2 servers using 2 FC switches for network redundancy. 2 servers are configured with 2 draw ports, 16 gigabits per second FCHBS. OceanStor Dorado system is configured with 8 controllers, 12 4-port, 32 gigabits per second FC front and I/O module. RDMA high-speed links are used to connect the controllers to 2 SSD enclosures. The enclosures have 70 NVMe SSDs, each providing 3.84 TB capacity. On the test host, VDBench is running in a Red Hat 7.2 operating system.
Thanks, Zhou Hui. Now let's come to the first test item, performance. In ESG's report, it is said that OceanStor Dorado supports minimum 81 microsecond latency. Does it? Let's get back to the lab and check it out.
Let's log into the test host. Use VidiBench as the test tool to set the test model. I/O size is 8 KB. Read-to-write ratio is 7:3 random. Simulate OLTP service. We then start the propelled performance test script and run the script. Let's come to Device Manager to check out the performance. Instant performance doesn't mean anything, so I let the system running for 30 minutes. Now we can see the latency remains stable at 80 microseconds in the past 30 minutes.
Yes, Ocean Store Dorado made it. 80 microsecond latency. I remember the industry average is 500 microsecond. Ocean Store Dorado support 80 microsecond, which is 5 times better. Then what about the performance after enabling the software features like snapshot? Will there be any performance loss?
As data is increasing at a faster pace, enterprise must consider how to shorten the backup window. To address this issue, Ocean Store Dorado all-flash storage use Hyper-CDP to provide continuous, most frequent data protection with zero performance loss. We use the same test topology and map 2500 GB LANs to the host. Let's first log into the test host and use the VidiBench test tool that use the model of 8 KB 723 random reads and writes to simulate OLTP service. We then start the propelled performance test script to keep delivering 1.1 million IOPS. The device manager shows the system performance is around 1.1 million IOPS. We create a Hyper-CDP task to protect 20 LAN in the group. Set the policy as a create a snapshot every 3 seconds. Now start the task. We will see each LAN is creating a snapshot every 3 seconds. Go to the performance monitoring page. It shows the performance is stable at 1.1 million IOPS with no jitter.
The result shows that the performance remains stable even after enabling the data protection feature Hyper-CDP. This is a significant difference between Huawei Ocean Store Dorado and other all-flash storage products. Alright, it's getting exciting now. Let's come to the next test about the reliability. Does Ocean Store Dorado support 100% load balance and sustains 7 out of 8 controller failure with 0 service interruption? Let's get back to Joey's lab and check it for real.
Let's firstly check the status of Ocean Store Dorado 18000 from the Device Management Software Device Manager. The 8 controllers are located in 2 controller enclosures. Now they are all running stable. Let's log in to the test host. Use VDBench as the test tool to set the test model. I/O size is 8 KB. Read-to-write ratio is 7:3 random. Simulate OLTP service. We will then start the test script to keep delivering 1.1 million IOPS at 0.5 milliseconds to 8 controllers. Now the VDBench is showing the running status. We can see the performance of 8 controllers remain at about 1.1 million IOPS in total. Let's come to the device manager, which shows the same performance of 8 controllers, 1.1 million IOPS. Each of the 8 controllers is more or less around 140,000 IOPS. The 8 controllers are 100% in load balancing mode. Now I'm gonna cut down the power of one controller enclosure to simulate the failure of 4 controllers at the same time. From the device manager, we can see the controller enclosure 1 is faulty. 4 controllers are offline now. The rest 4 controllers are continue providing service. The performance drops to about 550,000 IOPS. Load balanced on the remaining 4 controllers. Let's remove 3 out of remaining 4 controllers one by one and see what happens. Now controller enclosure 1 and 3 controllers from controller enclosure 0 are all offline. Online 1 controller is running. From the performance table, we can tell that the system is still running after we put 7 controllers offline and remain only 1 controller online. Now I will put all the controllers back to online to recover the test environment. Okay, the environment is recovered and ready for the next test.
It's quite impressive. So in previous test, all 8 controllers are 100% load balanced, and there is 0 service interruption even when 7 out of 8 controllers are failed. Isn't it super reliable for mission critical service? Alright, there is a last test left. This is an easy one. After testing the performance and reliability, you may ask, is it easy to manage Ocean Store Dorado? Well, Zhou Hui will tell you.
As more software features are added, complex configuration becomes a headache for IT engineers. Ocean Store Dorado aims to provide simple configuration based on a number of intelligent maintenance designs. I will show you how it provisions resource in only 3 simple steps. I'm logging in Device Manager. In this configuration page, you will find there are only 3 steps needed for storage resource provisioning. Step 1. Input the basic storage information. Step 2. Create a storage pool. Select all SSDs and leave other configurations as recommended by default. Step 3. Create a host. After we install the Huawei multipathing software on the host, the storage system will automatically identify the host as Red Hat and add an initiator for it. Then create 4 500 GB LANs and map to the host. Now we only need to scan the LANs on the host. As we can see, the host has already discovered the LAN mapped to it. That's all the test cases I want to show you today. Thanks for your attention. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Zhouhui. So only 3 steps, Ocean Store Dorado is ready to be used. This saves at least 15% efficiency for the IT engineer. Alright, it's a very interesting test session. All the features and specs listed in the product datasheet became alive and real in the lab. I hope this will help you to better understand and remember what advantages Ocean Store Dorado can bring to you. Ever fast, ever solid, AI powered. Thank you.